Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. I got a great video for you guys. It's not going to be a super long one, but it is going to be a really good one. It's kind of going to be based off a lot of the comments that I'm seeing and a theme that's starting to play out of people, I guess, buying something from... I'll say companies is probably the best way. They buy something and they never really shop around. And they're so happy when they get that piece of silver that they never have a reason, I guess you can say, to look around. They just think they're getting a good deal. And I'll be honest, I was in this boat. When I first started stacking, I bought a couple things from a local coin shop, and then I started buying from one online dealer. And then I'll say stayed with them for the entire time. Never looked around. Never really shopped around for prices. And what brought this up was some recent comments that came in about a really great company and that they had been buying from for a while. And I said, you should really consider just overall looking around when you're looking for silver, and not just going with that first company that you see and think of. I don't like dissing any kind of company in any way. I just say that because some companies charge more than other companies. And here's the thing, a lot of companies are honest and you're going to get legit silver from them, but you might pay a little bit more for some and a little bit less for some. And I think that's important that you are taking the time to shop around. And, you know, I seen some comments that asked me questions about if silver's really going where you say you think it's going, why do you care if you save $1 or $2? And that worries me right there. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're trying to save money on each ounce that you acquire, it does give you the ability to get more ounces. I mean, you take a roll of dimes, for instance. Let's just say you pay $2.25 a dime versus $2.35 a dime. That means a roll of dimes is going to have 2 extra dimes in it for you, essentially, because it's a 10-cent difference on every dime. A roll of dimes got 50 dimes. That's essentially, you know, a pretty good savings of 2 more extra silver dimes. Now, I'm not worried about someone buying from a high-priced company and essentially losing money. I'm worried about someone buying from a company that might be charging a little bit more and essentially you're losing out on ounces. You could be acquiring so many more ounces, maybe not each day, but over the time that you will be stacking. Because here's the truth of the matter. Some of y'all are brand new to stacking. Some of y'all have been stacking for a while. If you've been stacking for a while, you have already been, I guess you can say, it's already been proven to you that silver and gold are going to keep going up. There's no doubt in your mind. Why? Because the prices always have gone up. I mean, from silver dimes at 10 cents to 30 cents to 50 cents to $1 to $1.25 to $1.40 to $1.50, all the way up to $2.30. And 23x is probably even low to what some of you guys are paying. I had someone leave me a comment that, you know, he really likes the 90% silver, but he's paying 35 to 1. And you got to be very careful. If you're paying that high on 90% silver, you are probably overpaying. Are dealers going to do that? Yeah, they're going to do that. And then they can run their little specials and say, oh, for a day only, it's 30 to 1. You need to be mindful of that. Shop around. Take time and shop around. You know, I can't stress enough to you guys the importance of getting more silver under your belt. I say it almost every video that a time is going to come when the manipulation will come to an end. And at that point, if you ain't got your silver, I mean, that's it. The opportunity will be gone. It'll be too bad for a lot of people because a lot of people are going to be saying, I wish I had bought more. How many times in your life have you had an opportunity to buy something and maybe you just bought a little bit of it? And then you said later, man, I wish I had cleaned them out. I wish I had really backed up the truck. I wish I had bought a bunch more. I do that on a regular basis. When I see deals and I don't get it. I mean, I saw a solid gold ring not too long ago that the guy liked me. He was cool with me, and he offered it to me at $600 and had diamonds in there. And I was like, I'm going to pass. So it ended up going to a pawn shop. They took it to a pawn shop, and the pawn shop gave me $800 cash. And I can only imagine if a pawn shop gave $800 cash, what that ring was technically worth. And I regretted it after. And that happens a lot. And you will have regrets stacking. You're going to have them regret stacking because you will find out later that you may be paid high from a company that is reputable. But you know what? There's a lot of reputable companies out there. In fact, some people will argue with this, but I find it that more companies are reputable than not reputable. I won't say that about eBay sellers. I won't say that about Facebook sellers, but we're talking big companies. Your AppMax, your JM Bullion, your Provident Metals, your Universal Coin and Bullion. Each company has pros and cons. I know some people might think one company is maybe a little higher than others, or one company is a little cheaper, but each company has a pro and a con to it. Some companies limit how much you can buy. You can't just back the truck up. They got such a great deal maybe on American Silver Eagles that they tell you can only have limit of 10. And, to some people, 10 is a lot when you're getting American Silver Eagles. You're talking $350. And to others, you know what? That's not a lot. They have a monthly budget of, $500, $600, $700, $1,000. Who knows? Everybody has a different budget that's stacking out there. It's important, though, that you are getting the most silver you can while the opportunity is on the table, because eventually the opportunity is not going to be on the table. And when that window closes, that's it. You're going to have nothing but regrets unless you really gave it your all. I had someone ask me one day, you started stacking when it was like $16. You don't feel bad you didn't buy more? I've had the mentality for a long time now that I'm going to buy everything I can. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to push myself a little harder. I'm going to try to get a little bit more. And eventually I'll slow down when the price jumps. Now, we've been seeing the price not really have a big jump, but we've been seeing it slowly creeping and climbing higher. Higher and higher, but slow to where I haven't stopped buying. You might see me not opening up as much packages because maybe I'm buying a gold coin, and a gold coin pretty well will strip out my budget for the month. Or you'll see me maybe do less package openings and more talks. It all depends what's going on what I show. But opportunity is out there. You have to try your best to acquire as much as you can on silver. I'm not saying it's going to necessarily, it shouldn't be your number one priority. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I would never tell anybody that your number one priority in life needs to be acquire all the ounces you can. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that if you're buying silver and you have maybe a lackadaisy approach of I've always bought from them, so I keep it up, or I buy from them because I like supporting them. They're, a smaller place, or I buy from them just because I don't want to get cheated and I already bought from them once and it came in good. Be mindful that the more ounces you can get under your belt, the better off you are going to be. There's dealers that I really like out there, and there's dealers that I'm not a big fan of because does come down to price for me. I want to get enough ounces that I can, take care of all my affairs if something major happen. Silver is an insurance policy. It's an insurance policy because if nothing bad happens, I'm going to have my military pension. I'm going to have, eventually when Social Security comes around, I'll have my Social Security. But at the end of the day, I need to protect that and basically safeguard that. And that's where precious metals comes in. Because if the dollar hypothetically did collapse, I would be okay because precious metals would have my back in that case. Now, some people, I understand, they have a certain amount of stocks, they have a certain amount in their 401k, a certain amount in their metals, and that's great. It's great to be diversified. I'm never going to tell anybody you shouldn't be diversified. You need to put every penny you have into gold and silver. But on the flip side, make sure that you are diversifying in a fair and equitable amount. I seen one thing that I was reading, and it said you should have 5% of your net worth in silver and 95% in the stock market, essentially. And I kind of laughed at that because I'm like, dude, you put that much? And I understand their reasoning. Their reasoning is gold and silver goes up 20%, stock market crashes, you're still okay. Yeah, that's great. But if you had a little bit more in silver and that happens, you're not just going to be great. You're going to be pushing forward while everybody else is getting pulled back. So it's important that you think about these things, and I urge you to just kind of shop around, look for some deals. Don't be afraid to try something new, especially if you have an opportunity to pick it up, 1 or 2 ounces. Learn what you're looking at, learn how to test your silver, and don't get roped up in the super high premium stuff unless you just happen to really like it. I'll be honest, there's some Avenger coins and some different Marvel Universe coins that my son really likes, and there's some that I like. But it's hard for me because I am trying to acquire ounces. I put that as a fairly higher priority in my life. Not the highest. There are things that I put higher than that. I have to stress that because, someone might watch the video and maybe say, oh, you should be focusing on religion, your soul, your family, your health, your whatever the case may be. And some of that I do put as a priority. And, I'll be honest, the health portion, obviously not as much of a priority because that's why I'm where I am right now. But needless to say, I just want to make sure that people are taking the time, because some of the dealers out there are charging you a lot more than you should be paying for certain items. And if you don't look around, you won't find it. You won't know. You'll just keep buying from them blindly. So with that being said, going to wrap up the video here. I thank everybody for watching. I didn't push the giveaway as much today as I didn't want the video to be super long. But please, if you can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you'd like to become a member, we still got a handful of spots left to have a shot at winning this MS-69 1987 San Francisco Silver Eagle. It's only $1.99 to join as a member, and every month we do some really awesome giveaway. This just happens to be October, so that's a $250 American Silver Eagle. Probably not going to make any more of them. That's it. What's out there are out there, and that's why it's a very expensive coin that people like. So with that being said, I thank you all for watching. If you'd like to become a member, there is a join button below. You can just hit the join button for $1.99. And I thank you all for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I will talk to you all later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.